Steve Sudovar made the catch. Malinchak made the tackle, but not before Sudovar makes the first down for Montclair. They'll move the chains closer to that Randolph goal line.
And again, Glenn, we see a continuation of the short pass game for Montclair. And I'm sure in scouting over the past weeks, they saw how Randolph has cut off Union's passing game and Livingston, among others.
Inside the 20-yard line, Montclair 1st and 10. Ponton, second man through, is Garrison, and he'll lose yardage. Garrick Wilson, along with Pete Sedaris and Dave Mitchell. Gang tackling for the Rams. They looked for Garrison on that play, and they got him. 2nd and 11 for Montclair.
We see Eric Curry, number 67, coming in to left guard for Montclair to replace Lenny Watkins. He's their 6th man, only 170 pounds, but the kid plays a nice left guard position for Montclair.
In motion, that's Sudovar, who just made the catch moments ago. And Montclair, good yardage on 2nd down as Corey Higgins carried the ball. Had room on the outside. The 5'10" junior stopped by Eric Shabe. Shabe, the tallest man in the secondary, along with Mike Grove, both at 6'3".
Montclair right now just wants to hold on to that football and try to keep moving. They seem to be getting into sync now, Glenn, after a few first quarter jitters.
Wide left this time is Sudovar. Still Higgins and Garrison in the backfield. Ponton keeps the ball, chased by Mitchell, throwing one high and deep. Touchdown, Montclair. Groh and Barrett were back for Randolph, but Sudovar got behind the defense. Ponton found him, rolling left. Tough throw for the quarterback, and Montclair on the board. It's now Randolph 7 and Montclair 6, and let's see what the Mounties elect to do.
I think they'll kick, Glenn. Brad Lister is a very successful extra point kicker, and we're still very early in this game.
Sudovar with 2 key receptions in that drive. Here's the kick. Sudovar the holder, and it is good. We're tied up at 7 with 10:18 left in the 2nd quarter.
And Glenn, Sudovar, his first TD reception of the year. Jack Davies will say that Sudovar has the best hands of any receiver on the team. And of course, he holds for extra points. He's done that for 2 years. Very underrated player, Sudovar is. He might be a nice Division III receiver for someone. Very bright young man, and he's used to full excellence there. That time, the play action, Ponton found his receiver who was wide open, and we got ourselves a football game here, Glenn.
It looked like Ponton, rolling left, might run with the football, and perhaps he drew the Randolph secondary towards him for a moment, and then he found Sudovar all alone in the end zone. Championship football here on SCA TV3 Scholastic Sports Sunday, with support from All Auto Car Insurance on Route 46 in Kenville. Call 927-1021 and get car insurance at great terms. That's All Auto Insurance at 927-1021. A 9-play drive for Montclair, covering 47 yards, 11-yard touchdown pass to Steve Sudovar from Lamont Ponton, and we're all tied up after the extra point, 7-7. Duran brings the kickoff up to the 39-yard line, so the Rams, with excellent field position, just their 2nd series. Check that. This will be the 3rd time they've had the football. The last series resulted in a turnover, Grove fumbling the ball, and that's what led to Montclair's score.
And that might have been the break Montclair needed, but you know, most people are picking this game a 1 touchdown either way, and right now things are shaping up for a barn burner. We're in the early stages still.
Duran, who scored the touchdown for Randolph, 5-yard pickup as he gets up near the 45-yard line. Corey Higgins, 5'10" junior, makes the stop, middle linebacker. Talk about Higgins. He is a tremendous athlete.
Higgins might be the best player on the team if you're talking about
he goes
a two-way
two
player.
ways.
The only guy who goes full-time both ways.
Right.
He's only a junior, tremendous runner, and a very good defender as well. He's a middle linebacker.
Duran slot left this time. Malinchak on the quick hitter, breaks 1 tackle, gets into Montclair territory, down to the 45-yard line.
And Malinchak has some power as a fullback. I'll tell you, Glenn, he hits that hole so fast. That time he just bounced off of Gary Sistrunk, one of the safeties from Montclair, and picked up the first down for the Rams.
You know, know, they talk about the size factor, and we'll get to an interesting interview in just a moment. Mike Groh on 1st and 10 calls the signals. Malinchak and Barrett in the backfield. Play action. There's a sack. Howard Goldborn coming in from right end, untouched. And he did not fall for the play action. Groh sacked back at his own 45-yard line. You know, Randolph had to play Union last week. Talking about the size differential, well, let's introduce Eric Shabe and John Bauer Jr.
Union was the first real big team. I mean, man-to-man size, where they outnumber us and they outweighed us a lot. And so, I don't know, once we handled them, we figured we could handle Montclair. We can handle Montclair also. So, but teams here in Randolph have been beating bigger teams forever now.
That's never been a factor, and it won't be a factor in this game. The training that our kids go through for the from beginning until end puts them in good standing with anybody who they play, and it really will not be a factor in this game.
Eric Shabe, John Bauer Jr. Under 8 minutes left, second quarter. The Randolph Rams and Montclair Mounties tied at 7. 3rd and 18 play for Mike Groh. Out pattern to Barrett, incomplete, and Randolph will be forced to punt it away. Groh will stay on the field and perform those duties. 7 first downs now for Randolph. They picked up 1 in that series, but the big sack by Howard Goldborn, the senior linebacker, enabling the Mounties to hold on this series. Gary Sistrunk is deep, along with Corey Higgins. Here's the punt by Groh, taken by Sistrunk. He's got some room. Sistrunk knocked down hard by Garrick Wilson.
And Sistrunk, Glenn, one of the better return artists in the NNJIL this year. Ran back one kickoff, as we said, for a touchdown against Eastside. Ran another one back 80 yards to set up another touchdown against Kennedy. And he's done it on the punt returns as well. Very dangerous return man, Gary Sistrunk, the junior safety who doubles as a return man.
Brought it up to the 35-yard line. 7:36 remaining second quarter. Montclair back on offense with their senior quarterback Ponton directing the action. This is Garrison, good yardage. Kevin Bray brings him down, but not before he gets across the 40-yard line up to the 44. Close to the marker. It'll be a second down and short, 1 or 2 yards for Montclair. Championship football, we thank Ion Weather for their support with degree day totals for your business. You can call 267-6800 for Ion Weather. Ponton to Higgins this time. First down. Higgins bobbled the football as he broke through the line of scrimmage, but got up to the midfield stripe unscathed and hanging on to the ball.
And Montclair right now able to run the football. They have one of the finest right guards in the state, Glenn, number 53, George Wood, a 5'11", 225-pound junior. They block extremely well on the right side with he and Jim Vigna, who goes 6'4", 280. The right tackle.
280 pounds. We'll compare the lines in a moment. We want to run down the size and weight of both lines, and you can really see the advantage Montclair has, at least from a physical standpoint. Higgins, the ball carrier, and he gets into Randolph territory. For instance, Woody Lucas, 6', 196. Pete Sedaris, 5'10", 192. Mark Schmidt, 5'11", 185. Chip Thomas, 6'3", 198 for Randolph. And you got Montclair. Steve talks about Vigna, 6'4", 280. George Wood, 5'11", 225. Rolke, 6'3", 215. Watkins, 6', 240. Elder, 6'1", 225. On a sweep. Good pursuit. Twice, though, Garrison broke loose of would-be tacklers. Both Wilson and Shabe got a hand on Garrison, but he picked up a couple of yards on his own. Garrick Wilson shaken up slightly on the play, but he goes back to the huddle for Randolph.
Glenn, you don't see that too often where Randolph will miss on 2 tackles in the backfield. Usually they string the play out extremely well, especially on that left side. And this time Montclair broke it for a couple of yards. So not a great sign there in terms of pursuit, but we'll see.
3rd down and 2, and it looks like Higgins has the the first down. He needed to get to the 40-yard line of Randolph, and he looked like he broke that plane, gotten down near the 39-yard line. Certainly the Mountie contingent on the far side of the field believes that Montclair has the first, and an interesting mark by the officials. It appeared as forward progress. Got Higgins more inside the 40 than has been marked. Under 6 minutes left, 5:59 to be precise. Randolph on a 2-yard touchdown run by Dan Duran, and the extra point by Groh opened up the scoring, 7-0 early on first quarter. And then Montclair tied it up. 11-yard touchdown pass from Lamont Ponton to Steve Sudovar. The extra point by Brad Lister. And we're all tied up at 7. Face mask penalty. We did not see the flag, but a face mask penalty against Randolph. And all bets off. It's a first down anyway, and a 15-yard pickup thanks to the penalty from Montclair, and they are now down at the Randolph 25-yard line. Higgins, again, a good pickup. Check that. Darrell Elder carry the football, and Elder gets 1 carry and then trots off the field as Garrison comes back on with a play from Jack Davies.
Darrell Elder will come on occasionally at fullback, move Higgins to a tailback. Right now it's Garrison with Higgins back in. He's the third back, Darrell Elder.
He had 105 yards this season coming in with 28 carries. His 29th carry picks up 6. It's a 2nd down and 4. Behind the line, Randolph, led by Pete Sedaris, the 5'10", 190-pound senior, putting the stop on Terrence Garrison. Randolph loses 2, so 3rd and 6. Under 5 minutes left in the first half. Steve?
Glenn, Sedaris and Schmidt are both very underrated defensive nose guards for Randolph, and right now they're plugging away against an awfully big interior front, as we said before. And Mark Schmidt, who doubles at center, and Sedaris, the guard, that time coming up big.
3rd and 6 for Ponton and the Mountie offense. Ponton back to pass, has time, over the middle, complete. Brian Marriott, the 6'4" senior, slant in, got in underneath the coverage, and it's another Montclair first down, and they are very close with 4:30 left first half. Montclair looking to take the lead, their first lead of the ball game. And again, those tall wide receivers cutting inside, Steve. First down and goal to go from the Randolph 6-yard line. Higgins has a big hole, and then it's clogged up immediately by the Randolph defense. And he's inside the 5.
Glenn, I don't think the Bowers, whether John Sr., who was unfortunately passed on, or John Jr., have seen a multi-dimensional offense like Montclair's, whether it's been a Nutley in the playoffs a couple of years ago, Morris Knowles the last couple of years, or Union last week. Teams that mix the pass and run so effectively as Montclair does.
And with the talent that Montclair has, 2nd down, goal to go for the 3. Ball is loose, recovered by Randolph. Barrett nearly broke loose. The big turnover at the 3-yard line. Randolph has the football. Corey Higgins carried it, was hit immediately as he stormed towards the goal line, and out of the air, Mike Barrett plucked the football, recovering for Randolph. It's Randolph with the ball. Billy Williams coming into the game as Mike Barrett will limp off. Big play by Barrett, and Billy Williams getting some quality time here for the Rams. 3:30 now to go in the half. Steve, a turnover for Montclair, so each team with 1.
Unbelievable, Glenn. Montclair driving the ball so well, and then Randolph coming up with the big defensive play. We'll see how the Montclair defense responds here.
The pitch to Malinchak, trying to give Randolph a little breathing room.